Welcome to another edition of the Soy Checkoff Check-In. I am your host, Chip Floyd. Today's guest, Brent Gatton. Brent is the vice chair of the United Soybean Board, and he is the chair of the Value Alignment Committee. He grows corn, soybeans, wheat in Kentucky. Brent, it is good to talk to you. How are things in Kentucky?
Things are going good. Appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, fantastic. So, what are some of the personal goals that you've set as the chair of the Value Alignment Committee? And, Brent, even back up from there, what is the Value Alignment Committee?
The Value Alignment Committee is actually made up of 12 members. It's a 12-member committee. It's made up of 3 priority area coordinators, 6 work group leads, and a C&E lead, which C&E means Communication and Education Committee. And the treasurer is a non-voting member. So what our main goal is to make sure that our investments align strategically with our strategic plan. And so we want to make sure that we have farmer input. We make sure we provide critical evaluations for the best return on investments. That way, whenever we're doing our allocations, whenever we get the final budget numbers in, that'll probably be coming in, I would say, late March. And we want to make sure that we have great board communication. We not only want to be able to tell our story within our organization, but we want to work very closely and collectively with our industrial partners and our QSSBs.
Okay, so the personal goals, what are you looking to accomplish? What important issues do you want to see addressed?
I tell you, one of my personal goals, this is my 3rd year being on an executive committee, and last year I served as treasurer, and working really close with the finance and learning how we put together a budget and how the allocations work, whether it's in the program implementation or in our portfolio development. So what we've done, we had an orientation a couple of weeks ago with the VAC, and what we did is I wanted to have like pie charts, and I want people to understand whether you're a work group lead in infrastructure connectivity, health and nutrition, or innovation and technology. I wanted these pie charts kind of like a treasurer's report. That way it showed a breakdown of what your budget was and what percentages of your budget went to different areas. That way people have a better understanding of where their money's going, and they have an understanding of why it's going into those areas. Because last year, being treasurer, we had about a 9% cut in the budget. And we're already teeing it up that, looking in, everybody's well aware of what's happening with commodity prices. We're actually looking at possibly a 25 to 30% cut, even more in collections for next year. So we want to be more nimble, and we want to be actually more strategically aligned with what would be the best return on investment for farmers whenever we look at investing in some of these portfolios.
Yeah, and the farmers are willing to make the investment as long as they are seeing that return. And how does the Value Alignment Committee's priorities line up with that goal of putting money back in farmers' pockets?
Well, we just did our latest return on investment study from Dr. Kaiser at Cornell University, and for every dollar that's been invested in the checkoff, farmers have seen a positive return of $12.30. So whether it's through new uses, through high oleic, farmers across 16 different states are actually increasing the dairy rations using high oleic and seeing a great return on that aspect of things. Exports, when you look at our budget, over 40-something% of the investments that we make are actually in the export markets, trying to develop markets overseas and actually be able to differentiate our product versus our South American competitors.
Outstanding. Okay, give me a couple of other examples of how the checkoff is driving demand for U.S. soybeans and bringing value back to the producer's farm.
Well, take for an example the industrial uses. You've got more than 1,000 different soy-based products that are available on the market today. This includes everything from asphalt to synthetic turf, Goodyear tires, Skechers tennis shoes. Go to Home Depot, 1,300 stores across the United States, and DeWalt bar and chain oil actually is included in that aspect of things as well. So we're just extremely excited about that. And one of the biggest initiatives that we've had going on is the soy foam. Yes. That is a firefighting foam that's 100% free of the PFASs or the forever chemicals. And so we're looking at possibly being able to use 12 million bushels of soybeans just in that product, trying to get that messaging out there. And so it truly does touch every life every day. And that's what's amazing about soybeans.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. And the soy foam and the firefighting, it's such a good product and so much safer. We're looking out for the safety and the health of those that are using that product. Brent, good stuff, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
All right. Thank you so much. It was an honor being able to be on your show today.
Yeah, that's Brent Gatton. He's the vice chair of the United Soybean Board. and he is the chair of the Value Alignment Committee. Don't forget, you can find out more about what the United Soybean Board is doing and how the checkoff is working for you. Just go to unitedsoybean.org. That wraps up this edition of the Soy Checkoff Check-In. I'm your host, Chip Flory. Now, let's get back to AgriTalk.